Testing. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the PEL loadout drop. I'm calling it that, Smith. I'm sorry. It's just one of those things. It might stick, it might not, whatever it is. But man, we are back for some more action tonight. Sunday night, 8 o'clock. You know where you've got to be. Papa Smurf, say how's it to all the peeps.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the PEL Podcast. Back another Sunday, another epic games we have to talk about. We have a special guest named Messo coming on later, 8:30, talking about their season one win, semi-pro league, and yeah, just a bit about Modern Warfare and a few tips for some of the teams. It's gonna be nice. And welcome, Bash. Thank you for being here again tonight. We having a strong duos here.
Yeah, dude. Listen, this is a 2v2 here. I'd like to see anyone try and take us on with podcasting, but we are currently South Africa's best, ladies and gentlemen. In case you were wondering, all right. I think we're the only COD podcast. Well, I don't know. I haven't searched, Smurf. I don't know. What do you think? Are we the only COD podcast? Please tell me yes.
Well, definitely at the moment. I haven't seen
Yeah,
other podcasts around, so
I like it.
hopefully we can keep this alive for a long time.
I like it. I like it. All right, cool. Let's just say how's it the chat here. We got Lundy in the chat. We got Jacques in the chat. They are complaining that the beard is gone. Smurf,
Yeah,
you have got to explain to us what happened to the beard, but talk us through this process. What brought on this decision?
summer is coming. It's getting hot, so just getting ready for that. Gets a bit hot in the beard there. But yeah, I'll probably grow it back again. So just my face needs to breathe for a little while, and then it grows back quite quickly in a month or so. I'll already have a beard. So
Yes, see, a month or so. Oh my gosh. I can try for like 4 months. I still don't have a beard. This is why you never see any hair on my face. But listen, so do we still call you Papa Smurf even though you lost the beard?
yeah, you can call me anything you want, any Smurf.
Any
That
Smurf,
one.
not
Yeah.
sleepy Smurf.
Oh, yeah.
Landy says you got a baby face now. Lol.
Ho- Hopefully a good-looking one. So
Yeah, hopefully. No, don't worry. Listen, you're looking dashing, mate. You're looking dashing.
thank you.
But I think Lloyd Morton says you are baby Smurf.
Lloyd, thank you for watching, Lloyd. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my friend. Yeah,
Nice.
yes.
Lekker. So listen, I think the biggest buzz at the moment in Call of Duty is that it is Vanguard open beta weekend. Smurf, have you tried it?
No, not yet, not
Not
yet.
not yet.
I'll wait for the free version, and then I'll climb into it a little bit. I've been watching a lot of videos of mates playing and some YouTube stuff and all the big streamers playing it. So yeah, I've been watching it and a lot of good reviews so far, and that's exciting. Not I don't see a lot of bad reviews. Maybe some spawn and even small things that they will probably fix before the launch of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's good stuff. I've saw some of the kill streaks. Wow, that looks epic.
Well, listen, like you were mentioning, you were saying that it's the free version is this weekend. So I think you must just get on and download, bro. But the other thing was I did give it a bit of a play today. I just got back. Congratulations to Kaylin and Letitia. Woo! They got married yesterday. That was lots of fun.
Yeah,
It was
well
crazy.
done, well done.
I might look a bit awake, but man, I am out. It was a crazy weekend, crazy 2 weeks. But I had about an hour or so before our stream tonight, and let me tell you, but it is quite a different game. I'm not gonna lie. It's very very different to Cold War and even to Modern Warfare. So I think we're gonna have ourselves our hands are gonna be full here with some really good gameplays next year to come. But we'll see. Yeah, spawns are broken. That's for sure. We agree.
Yeah,
They gotta fix that.
yeah, unfortunately, my PlayStation has quit on me. It's not switching on, so I couldn't play. But yeah, I'm getting it in on Monday and getting it fixed. Hopefully by next weekend, I'll have a new one, or
Nice.
I'll have this one. Yeah.
Nice. That is good news. That is good news. So, chat, we're going to get on with the program tonight. It's quite jam packed. So, stay tuned. Smurf, you want to kick it off? I
Yeah,
think.
we can kick it off with a good weekend. I don't know if I think we must start with a few clips we got. show the people some of the games, some of the clips, and hopefully we can get more clips in and that we can show next podcast of sweaty playing or someone doing something amazing. It's always great to show everyone. Not everyone watch all the streams, so it will be good to get some of the games out there, a few 15, 30 seconds clips where something amazing happened, and or great gameplay between a team, getting that last second, few seconds win, tight games. So that's always exciting stuff everyone wants to see.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna roll those videos. Chat, for those of you who are online, please remember to like the video, subscribe, and stay tuned. We're gonna be back shortly. We've got 2 short, amazing plays for you. Check this out.
What up, gunshot? You have to go for kill. You have to go for kill. No, Swan. Just chill. Swan. Wow.
Has been captured by the fallen beasts. It is contested. Let's get in with Toxic. He's out. Chronic Haste is on the full rotation.
He doesn't want to play.
Yeah, doesn't want to play. Ladies and gents, my apologies. It seems like there was an issue with the format of the download there, but I'll get it sorted out. In the meantime, Mr. Smurf, I've got... Okay, wait, hold on. My screen has changed. Messo, yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. Smurf is back. All right, Smurf. So we're going to try and get those videos sorted out. Hopefully we can play them a bit later. But in the meantime, what news do you have for us about the Modern Warfare tournament that's happening this week?
Yes. There's some very good games that happened this week. I was watching a few of them, went through a few scores, putting in a few players. We had some drama on a few games. We have people complaining, like always, about few games, and it's normal Call of Duty stuff.
That's it. Completely normal.
Yeah, we had to investigate a few videos where some wall hacking was reported, but was found not guilty, and that's always a good thing. And yeah, but it's always good. People send us videos. They're not sure about how it happened, and we sent the videos to the pro players to help us with this.
Okay.
And yeah, it always helps to get more eyes on these stuff than just us. So we send it to a few people that's been doing this a very long time, that's been playing competitive for years now. So it's always good to get some knowledge into some of these videos and reports that people make, and because we take everything seriously. And sometimes it's just luck, or just a very good play from a player, just very good call-outs from certain players, and it just, when you look at it, it looks unreal.
Yeah.
How does this player do this? And if you actually sit with them and play, and you're listening to how their comms are and stuff, then you will actually understand, oh, okay, now this and this. I didn't know you can shoot through this wall, or, I didn't know you could do that. So everyone, that's how some teams learn now. They say, okay, this and this is how it happened, and they're like, oh yes, I didn't even know you could do that. So yeah, it's a learning curve as well for a lot of teams, especially new teams in comp. They don't know all the tricks and the stuff, so it's always good to show these guys, all right, this is actually what happened, or this was a call out, and it's always good to show people, all right, yes, they've learned something today, and everyone's in a good terms. So yeah, that's always good.
No, for sure, man. And listen, I think we've all experienced those moments when, you get killed and it looks absolutely impossible. And you're like, this person is cheating. Cheater, report, hacker. I've done it many times. But for me, mostly it was my ego. My ego was the problem. It wasn't necessarily a hacker over there, although in Warzone, I found them a few times. But listen, I'm sure all the viewers are happy that the process to review these things does actually happen, and that you get, you get the pro players to help you out. So what should players expect when something like this does get proven to be hacking or a wall hack, cheating, or whatever it is?
Well, it is, you have to have concrete evidence, you can't go into a one gameplay that happened in a game. It's impossible to say, all right, this person hacked about one thing that happened in a game. If someone is doing wall hacks or have aimbot and stuff, you're going to see it through every map and previous games. You're going to pick it up. So if there's Like, let's say you play hardpoint or domination, and there's at least 5, 6 clips someone can actually say, yes, this and this and this happened. And then you say, whoa, okay, let's go look at these other games. Let's go watch his previous games. So there's a lot going into this. You can't just one thing happened and you think, well, this guy's hacking, or it's a lot goes into this. You have to have concrete evidence. You can't just maybe the player's just good or their callouts are good. We've seen previous tournaments where actually teams was banned out of the tournaments without concrete evidence that that team was hacking, just because they were actually trashing the other teams.
Sure.
And it was, it's been. So that's what we're trying to avoid. If we ban a player or a team, the concrete evidence must be there and showed, all right, this is why, this, and this. So far, nothing concrete has happened. There was a few players that it was investigated and it's still going on, but there's nothing. We will always say to the public, all right, this player, we got all the evidence in against this player, and we're gonna ban this player because of this videos, here's all the proof, everyone can see it. We're not just gonna do it behind closed doors. I hate people doing things behind closed doors. We do everything in the open. But we can't come and name shaming players without concrete evidence.
For sure. Absolutely. And I agree with that. I think that's a process that's fair. I think that's a process that's transparent. And I mean, at the end of the day, especially in gaming, if nothing's been proven, what do they say? Just get good, bro. If someone's beating you, just get good. What you gonna do? Just get good. But let's have a look at those scores. Those
Yes.
scores for this week, Smurfy.
Yeah, let's jump quickly here in the semi-pro league.
Semi-pro.
Right.
Here we go.
As I still see ours, because they played one game less, is Fallen Beast on 11 points. But I see they're on second because they played 4 games and lost one. So I think that's why the table show them on second place, but they're actually on first place. But Nexus Elder got 3 out of 3. TNT 3 and 2 got their first loss this week, standing on 8 points. PTE Washman on 3 and 2 for 7 points. 7 points. Dovkop also on 7 points, 3 and 2. Project Alpha Battalion got their first win this week.
Nice. GG.
Yeah, they're on 4 and 1 on 3 points. LLG is on 3 and 3 and 2 points, and Nexus Erkings on 0 points. Then we move down here to to tier 1. This time it's updated. We made sure that the tiers were completely updated before the podcast. We jumped in and helped the guys that was behind. So we have Falcon on top. Why is it not showing? Okay, they're not showing the points here.
It might be a bit zoomed in. You might have to scroll right
I
over.
have to
Just zoom out a bit.
into. Yeah, I'm just going into logging into this, but Falcon is on top. Then you got Nexus Raju. Okay, here it goes.
Yes, it's quite close
now
at
I
the
can
top
see
there,
them.
eh?
Yeah, 12 points and 11 points.
Shoo.
4 and 3. 4 and 3. It shouldn't be 4 and 4 if you have 12 points. 3, 6, 9, 12. It should be 4 and 4 in Falcon. I don't know why it's showing 3 wins, but it should be 4 wins for them on 12 points. Nexus Ruju 4 and 3 on 11. Those two is probably going to be the top teams to beat in the amateur league. Tier 1 on top. And then you get the MOM Espada 8 on 6 points. Nexus Morrigan on 6 points. Clover Pastay on 5 points. And BBC is still looking for their first win on 0 points.
Hang in there, BBZ. You're going to get it. Hang in there. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, looking at some of the scores that was played, we got the Falcon and Ruju. Yeah, that's all games. Yeah, most of the games were 3-0. So, let's go down to tier 2. We've got Midgard Serpents on 4-3 on 11 points. Stampede Lonzo on 11 points. Serenity on 10 points. Close, very close tier this. Very competitive. Stampede Oswald on 8. Project Alpha Golf on 5 points. And J Bombs Alpha still looking also for their first win. As we go down, Golf, Yeah, not too many close games here. This one was last week. Okay, let's go to tier 3. We've got Nexus Titans 4 and 4 on 12 points. Project Alpha Foxtrot 4 and 4 on 12 points. Yes, I think these two teams is playing this week.
Oh,
So I
that's gonna
think
be
this is gonna be a good game.
That's gonna be a good one.
Who's gonna lose their first game? Project Alpha have not lost any map so far. They have won all 12 their maps.
Oh, nice.
Nexus Titans, I'm not completely sure, but I'll have a look as well. And then you have Twisted Military on 6, Nexus Phoenix on 5, Cylon on 4, and Buccaneers still looking also for their first win on 2 points. Let me go quickly through Nexus and see if they lost any maps. Nexus Titans 3-0. Nexus Titans 3-0. Nexus Titan 3-1.
Oh, so they have lost one.
Against Buccaneers 3-2. So if they lost 3 maps.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting game this week. I think we
So
will
Battalion
advertise.
Foxtrot is running the momentum. You said they hadn't lost a map yet, eh?
No, they haven't lost a map yet in tier 3. So it's going to be an interesting game that against
Very
Nexus
interesting.
Titans.
Very interesting.
Then we got tier 4 here. We have Warpix 4 and 4 and 12. We've got Stampede 4, 3 and 10. We've got Fenrir here on 7 points. UBR on 7. GSG on 5. And Scorpio looking for their first win still. So, Warpix also unbeaten in tier 4. Very strong team. I think they're also one of the teams to got a good chance of winning the amateur league. They were a late entry, and only tier 4 was open for them. Semi-pro already started, and all the other tiers were full. So let's see. I wonder if Warpix lost a map. Oh, they lost one map.
Yo,
Yeah.
one map in 4 games.
Yeah,
That's really good.
yes. And then we've got tier 5 here. We've got Cerberus on 4 and 4 and 12. Nexus Academy Blue on 4 and 4 and 12. Also a very tight tier this. Both teams still probably going to play also this week. So it's going to be a very good game. Both teams haven't lost a map. Lost a game. So it's going to be a very, very good game to look out for in tier 5. Then we have Project Alpha Echo on 9 points. We've got J-Bob Omega on 6. Blackjacks on 1. And Blackjacks on 0. Both Blackjack teams still looking for their first win. So I think they're probably going to play against each other this week. So we'll see who is a stronger team between them.
Aces of spades. Let's see.
Yes. And we've got tier 6 here. We've got Rage Quit Gaming 2 and 2 and 6. I've just got information now because they played only 2 games. They had a player that was very sick. But they were going to play all 3 their games this week, and we hope their player is getting well soon, or hope he is better already. So yeah, we're all thinking about him and hope he's good, back on his feet and playing games.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
And then we have Banamor 4, 3 and 9. We've got Valkyrie 3, 2 and 6, and we got MBSA Chimera on 6. Nexus Academy Red on 3 and Sabiro on 0, still looking for their first win as well. Very interesting scores here. So yeah, we can see here with Nexus Academy Red against Valkyrie with a 3-2-5 map game. So that was also a good game that hopefully was a lot of people watching that game.
So look, Smurf, I think while you were explaining last week, man, this really you can have a look at the tiers, ladies and gents who are watching, that there are some really good fixtures coming together within the different tiers. And like you mentioned, man, it's really tight. I think we said 1 or 2 groups of death, but I'm actually seeing like 4 or 3 or 4 groups of death, maybe even 5, where it's really going to come down to the wire about who's going to win the tiers, you know?
Yeah, if you look, there's at least 3 or 4 good teams in every tier that's dominating their tiers. And yeah, they've got a good opportunity when it comes to playoffs to get themselves in a good spot and not to play against their first few games. 1 or 2 games is not going to be against such strong opposition. So, but if you found yourself at the bottom of the tiers, you're gonna have a tough time in playoffs. you're gonna hit those top teams playing in your first or second games. So it's gonna be, but yeah, it's gonna be very fun. Give double eliminations, so it's gonna start after next week.
Nice.
There's one map left, one game left for each tier. So they're going to finish next week. Hopefully, we want all the games done by Thursday so we can set up the playoffs for the following week. So it's going to be a very good podcast we're going to have for the following week. We're going to have, I want to put up the best 5 players, maybe make a fantasy team here before the playoffs of all the stats that we gathered. So it's going to be quite fun.
That sounds good, man. That sounds really good. And one thing I will promise for that podcast is that Bash is going to get the videos right. That is his stream. I promise you, I'm going to get it right. I'm going to get it right.
Yeah, it's we're just waiting for my fast internet here, and we can go into that player stats quickly before we go to Messo.
I have click player stats. I'm just waiting for it to load quickly. But
also loading on my side.
Did you get any feedback from the players, Smurf? How are the players feeling about Modern Warfare? How are they feeling about playing the league again? Are they adjusting nicely? Obviously, the guys who did play the first season, they're obviously got a lot more momentum than the first timers, I suppose.
Yeah, I have to say some of the Cold War teams that's playing is catching up really fast. I think they brought to Modern Warfare a new experience. Of course, yeah, the type of style and type of communication and type of and the way you played in Cold War, they brought that experience to Modern Warfare, and it looks like it's paying off. So yeah, we'll see when it comes to playoff, when the tight games are coming in, the win or lose, you can be out of the tournament. So it's going to be tight, it's going to be stressful, and yeah, that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. But we've got the... Have you got the player stats up on your side?
Yes,
okay.
I've got it on.
Perfect.
Yeah, so semi-pro, we still got Fatal there on top with the 1.98 KD. We trash talk here of Nexus Elder on 1.8. Black Death on 166. You got 7 or 161. Also Nexus Elder number 5. Was it 6? Was V27? That's that
Yeah,
number.
it's 7 and 7.
7. Yeah, 1.58. Not Chromix on 155. We've got King Fahad on 150. Nasty on 141. Crumpsy Monk on 129. Goosey ZA on 128.
Sure.
I go down a little bit. Yeah, we've got 24 players. Saki is the last one from Project Alpha that's got over a 1 KD so far. So 24 players, that's beaming. That's wrecking in semi-pro league.
Yeah, in a league situation, a +1 KD, man, that's proper beams.
Especially in against very good players. So
yeah.
yeah,
I see my boy Necro is also featuring over here. He's from Falcon, right?
Yeah, but
it's Project Alpha.
He's one of our founding members that came back to us.
Okay.
So yeah, we're loving having Necro back, and yeah, but he's in the UK at the moment. He didn't play the last 2 games or one game he didn't play. Sitting in UK, doing working stuff, flying planes and choppers and going mad there.
Jeez, imagine flies choppers by day, shoots people at night. That is crazy. My gosh.
Yeah, let's go quickly over to the amateur league. We still have the 2 war pick guys here on top with the 3.5 and 3.24 KDs. We've got Rakes coming up the ladder here on a 3.22. You see, this is where the Cold War players coming in. Yeah.
Listen, man, I've played against Rakes. Let me tell you one thing. Anyone who's ever played against Rakes, it's quite terrifying.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Nobody uses the AR quite the way Rakes does. That's true. That's true. Let me tell you.
Definitely. And then we've got here RSI Gun Shot from Cinema on 2.5. We've got Boss Boy from Stampede on 2.48. MIV Vigs on 2.13. We've got N8 from Falcon on 2.10. We've got Nexus Academy Red here for Steven Jr. on 2.8. Master Panda on 2.6. Zopskop on 2.4. Everyone knows from Zopskop. They all fear him. when they go up against Hopscop.
Rightly so.
Already shaking in their boots when they see this guy coming
Look,
in the lineups.
I'll be honest with you, Smurf. You know full well. Normally, Scorpies are very cute creatures, but Zab over here, he's another story. He's definitely another story.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going up the ranks. I can see that. You can see him going a long way. He and Droppin. I see them. They're not very far behind for playing in the first teams. Yeah, if I go down, going down, very far down. Yo, how many players got above 1 KD? We've got 91 players that's
Phew.
over 1 KD. We've got Virgil Azriel on 1 KD as the last person. Limsey just missing out here on a 1 KD. And DV Boy as well, also on a 0.99. So close. But yeah, 91 players that's playing above a 1 KD at the moment after 4 games.
My goodness, that is a lot of
That's-
beams.
that's
That's a lot
crazy.
of beams. And this
That's
is
crazy.
a league setup, guys. It's not pubs and all the stuff that we're talking about. All those tiers that we had a look at. These guys, 91 of them are on a 1 KD or above. So that just speaks to the quality of games that we're seeing, Smurf. It's
Yeah,
really
definitely.
something amazing. Really something amazing.
Yeah, because we've got 13 players over 2 KD. So
Jeez.
it's, the guys are beaming it there in amateur league. That's why I'm saying the playoffs is going to be hectic.
It's gonna be
You're
tough.
going to have all these great, amazing teams from each tier going to compete against each other. So it's gonna be hectic. It's gonna be fun.
For sure. Absolutely. So I think, hold on.
Maybe a quick few questions. Anyone have a question about the tiers or the KDs or how things work? Any concerns you have or problems you have? Yeah, please ask in the
chats.
in the chats, and we can address you as the best as we can.
Let me just see who's happening in chat here. Lundy and Deadshot having it out in the chat. I believe they're setting up a 1v1. Maybe we can feature some of those kills on the podcast. I don't know.
I don't know. Deadshot is always busy making trouble somewhere.
All right, Pike, what is happening? Civil Switch with us. What is happening, Switch? Jean Zili's with us as well. Lloyd, we did say how's it to Lloyd. Look, Lundy's laughing, so maybe she's into it. Maybe she wants to do the 1v1. She's going to give us some clips there. But yeah, guys, any questions about what we discussed, any suggestions, please just let us know in the chat. We're going to get to them later in the show. But at this point in time, Smurfy, are we going to call in our lovely guest speaker?
No questions there.
Wait, hold on, wait. We got one here from Jean. What happens with teams that have players in a match but not in the roster?
Well, some of the rosters change weekly. We've got teams that's players leaving and other ones joining during the league. So we try to keep them update, but we're not always fast enough doing all of those things because it's 44 teams, so it's a lot of teams playing, keeping up with all the roster changes. But as soon as we see something when we're putting in the scores, we address it and we talk to the teams and see what's going on. Of course, a lot of times you can see you've got a player that's very sick and you still want to play. And sometimes the captains, they talk it out and say, yes, listen, I've got a player here who's not on the roster. Can we still play the game? And we let it go. We're playing for fun. There's Modern Warfare. It's season 2 is just for fun. It's mostly for getting yourself ready for Vanguard and keeping you busy. So it's just about fun, and if you rather have a teams playing than one team playing with 4 players and just getting their asses kicked. So most of the teams sort it out with another player coming in that's not on the roster if the other team don't have a problem. Sometimes what happens is maybe the guy doesn't show on the roster list but was registered and just the website messing around, not showing the person. Yeah.
Okay, so I suppose Jean's follow-up question is that, so how do we know whether or not the player is actually in the team? As opposed to just the players, okay, we just picked up a sub because you mentioned now they're supposed to be registered on the site. Is that correct?
Yes. If they send us, listen, this guy's not registered, or after a game tell us, all right, we see this guy was not part of it, Then we go to the clan that was playing and we talk to them. If we feel like they breached a rule, we will, like on the rule sheets, all the captains scored at the first offense, you get a warning. If it happens again, you lose your 1 point on the log. And if you do something again for the third time, you lose that match and forfeit all 3 points to the other team. So yeah, if we found teams that's using players that they're not supposed to, they'll get their warning if it's only the first time. And yeah, from there we will keep tabs on them and make sure their rosters are right. Most of the times we asked teams weekly, hey, listen here, please send your rosters to us. Sometimes we might forget. It's maybe in a busy time of the day and they send you this stuff and you just completely forget to update the roster, and then they play, and then the other team says, hey, this guy's not registered. I'm like, oh shit. Let me go quickly to my WhatsApps, and I send them the WhatsApps now. He did told me he's registered.
Okay.
The day was just so busy. You get caught up with a few things in work or in family life, and yes, you just completely forget to do that and just slip your mind, and you just quickly try and get those players registered.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, and I think, Smurf, everyone can appreciate that. This is something for the gaming community, the COD community that you and the team are running in your extra time. All right. The PEL, maybe you'll be fully employed one day with some big sponsors. You never know. Maybe Atlanta Phase, maybe it's going to be Optic Gaming, whichever one you want, or Dallas Optic, whatever they're calling themselves. But yeah, hopefully we can. We got another question here from Pike, Sonny Pike. Is there maybe going to be a season 3 or not at all for Modern Warfare?
No, not on Modern Warfare. This is the last one. Like all betas already out on Vanguard. We want to prepare for Vanguard. Yeah, we might, if we get a lot of requests, we might do a 2v2 tournament, quick tournament or so, if we get enough teams that's interested, or we will have, maybe we'll host one Warzone tournament for fun. But we'll see. But the next tournament, season 3, won't be till I think January. But before that, we'll definitely have a test tournament.
Yeah,
where
for sure.
this usually just before the CDL rules come out. But hopefully CDL comes out early and we can set up a quick test tournament, double elimination tournament, just to get the hang of it, to get the competitive sides and see what's working, what's not working.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you learn a lot through these test tournaments. So it's going to be quite fun.
We want to learn where Call of Duty is making our lives difficult this time around. If it's not the lobby, then it's something else. Then it's something else. I don't know, whatever it is. But you did confirm last week that there will not be a season 2 Cold War, correct?
No, there was a season 2 Cold War, but no, not a season 3 Cold War, and also not a season 3 Modern Warfare. Yeah, we're taking a break from those two games. We're moving on, and it will be amazing if all the players and teams can move on to Vanguard with us, and yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun there.
So Smurf, obviously, players are actually asking because, like we were talking about last week, that these games are getting so expensive. People are gonna take time, they gotta set their budgets aside, all this stuff. So let's see what we can do. Maybe, you said, we can do the smaller ones, the 2v2s, the 4v4s. Maybe we can do some theme tournaments, whatever it is. But I'm sure you'll let us know in time to come what it'll be.
Yeah, definitely. That's why the season 3 won't be until next year. So you've got Christmas time to that Christmas bonus to go buy the game. So hopefully there's a good special coming from Good Special before maybe a Christmas special. Yeah. Sometimes they give 20% off of the games and you can buy it. And PlayStation, we do PlayStation shares. You can split it with a mate. All of that. I don't think Xbox can split as well. You can share Xbox games as well.
So PC guys, you're all alone. Sorry.
You're all alone. Yeah, but PC games are a bit cheaper than PlayStation and Xbox games.
They have been, but they're slowly catching up.
Yeah. Well, Steam has been giving a lot of
good deals,
discounts. Yeah. So I think that will have a Vanguard discount by Christmas time, so hopefully give a 20% off or something, make the game 700 rand, and you'll see those people will buy it there.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. All right, stream, thank you so much for those questions. Anything else, just pop it in the chat. We will get to it by the end of the show. But right now, we are going to cross over to our, well, he doesn't have a camera. He's coming on audio, so the screen's going to be staying the same. But we're going to speak to Mr. Messo from, is it OVF? I believe so, yes?
Yes, from OVF.
From OVF. Mr. Mess, are you here, sir?
I am.
Welcome,
How are you
welcome. We're very good, and you?
No, well, Sunday evening, kids are asleep. So,
Yes, I think I still heard mine now. He should be in bed.
You'll catch him later.
Yeah, I'll catch him later.
But I think first off, congratulations to you and the team. Mess, it was, I believe I streamed that final, hey? I did.
yes, you did. Yes,
I did. Oh, yes. And I was apologizing profusely about all the Codcaster controls. I am so sorry again. For some reason, the buttons just weren't working. My humblest apologies to the viewers, Smurf, to you as well. But listen, man, it was phenomenal watching that MW final again. You guys played so well. You really reminded me about the chaos it is playing MW with that extra player just running around killing everyone, sort of thing. So I don't know, Smurf, you had any questions specifically about the final before we get into the other ones?
Oh yeah, not much. It was a very big. I won't say a big surprise, but it was OVF was the underdogs in the game, because RIC also beat them twice during the league. So they were coming up. They were the main guys. They was winning. They'd win the final in the winners bracket, and they went into the grand final, top dogs. And OVF coming from the loser bracket to the grand final and underdogs, and yeah, just things worked out better for them as for Reace, and they took the title and the prize money.
Yeah, so Mess, talk us through that process, man. How did you guys prepare for the finals? How did you actually go through the finals? Because it was tough. I believe it was 3-1, the final score.
Yeah. What happened in all the games previously? We had the upper hand on most of the time on hard point.
Yeah.
And they just had superior strats on S&D. So it came down to domination. And if you rewatch the game in the final, I had technical issues with my mouse drivers and stuff. Luckily, we had a monster to call in Hulkman to come in, and that domination was the key to the victory. If Rooney's men won that game, that was a swing. That was a swing, and if you recall, that was a 3-point game.
Yeah.
There was one specific time where Reese kept A. It was at Gunrunner, and we kept A for 10 seconds longer. I can specifically remember it, and that gave us the win at the end of the day. So it was very close, because we dominated the hard point, but on S&D they made us look like baby school children, and so it came down to the domination.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very interesting that you talk about it. You'll play a hard point your first map, and you will just trash a team. You get 250, 100 or 250, 50. Comes S&D, it's like a completely different team.
Yeah.
You're sitting here, you're feeling all good, and yes, you just trash this team. That's going to be an easy game. And then comes S&D, and they're just clapping you left and right, and they're like, yes, what? That's all they do in pubs is playing S&D probably.
Yeah.
So some of these teams come S&D is just a turnaround in the gameplay and the communication and stuff, and then you get back to domination and hardpoint, and they struggle again.
Yeah, for sure, man. And I remember that game because I knew Ari would be wanting that domination win. It was so close. Man, the way the kills were flying, I couldn't even keep up. Even though my buttons weren't working, I'm like, the kill feed is too hectic, But if to your point, Messo, if they did win that dom, it could have gone to a map 5. It could have. It
definitely would have gone to a map 5.
Yeah, it was going to be something.
I'm not going to lie. If they won that game, they were going to probably take the 3-2 themselves.
Yeah.
We had a bit of luck previously, teams, previous seasons and stuff. That we go down 2-0 and then come back and win the rest of the maps. But Groenies and them, they machines. I felt bad for them to with us winning because they dominated the whole season. They beat us twice, and then in the final we come and take the sweets. Thanks, boys.
It's
Thanks
a
for
hectic
coming.
thing.
Cheers. Yeah. So that's but respect to them. I think that game was high quality.
Absolutely.
And just on your point with the streaming, I don't think people, if unless they stream themselves, they don't understand how hard that is to keep track of all those buttons. And
Yeah,
the
for sure.
thing is not easy. So although we appreciate the apology, but that's not easy. It's
No, I get you. Look, I appreciate that little bit of leniency from your side. But listen, let's talk about the team strats that you guys were applying, especially leading up to the final. Like you mentioned, Ari were top the whole season. They were just slaying everyone. I saw you guys came out hot in the hard points, man. The pace and the beams, the aggression that you came out with, they just could not keep up. Which is why the S&D strategy came in so strong, But for the team captains who are listening, who are participating this year, what approach would you give them to make sure that they could have that momentum and that consistency to get through this season that we're having now? Specifically, even those teams that we mentioned who are waiting for that first win, What are your thoughts for them?
Well, first of all, it's to stay stuck in. You'll get guys that smash in pubs, and they come into the competitive environment, and then they get wrecked because it's a completely different setup. I saw it personally. When I played pubs, guy would smash me, one-to-ones. Then we get into our two separate teams, and then he doesn't pitch anywhere. That doesn't make the individual a bad player at Call of Duty, but it is a team sport.
Absolutely, yeah.
So the main thing is to get 5 guys committed, make sure that they are putting in the time and getting in as much experience playing games. Although it's demoralizing going down 250, you want to try and concentrate on doing little things better. So when you're playing a team and they're steamrolling you want to try and let them take the point and practice retaking it.
Yeah.
Practice standing outside, throwing smokes and pushing in 3-man, try and get them off the point.
Yeah.
And learn how to do that with your teammates. And then essentially, once you start doing that, you become better. And then you start to preempt hardpoint. So specifically what we did with hardpoint is we would send 2 guys in. We'll have an early rotator, which was normally myself or Sylv. A lot of people call him S1, but shout out to the man. And we'll rotate, get in early. A lot of the time, it's not even going to the point. It's about knowing. That's where map knowledge and experience comes in.
Yeah.
You know where the opposition team is spawning, and you just want to cut them off getting to that point. Set them off and keep them spawning in one side of the map, and that's how that's something we did very well. But it's experience in it that we to do that to Groenies and them would to beat them 250-70 in a final speaks about that, how that strategy works. But that takes map knowledge.
Yeah.
You need a lot of map knowledge, and everybody needs to know what the other guy is doing. The in-game leader needs to be communicating and telling the people that we're rotating on 30 seconds now. We want to keep, let's say, Azir Cave. You want to keep Cave. You want to keep control of that and make sure they're spawning on the outside so you can keep P4, switch over to P5, which is difficult to take off once someone has it. But yeah, that's the main thing is to keep at it. Push through the difficult times because people are going to get heated and some oak is going to he's going to get sworn, and it's about just resetting and trying to put yourself goals and reach for them every week in and week out.
For sure.
Break it down.
I know what's so interesting that you said. I mean, Smurf, we were talking with Zach last week, and it's so amazing that that Mess is echoing the same thing, that to play this game, it is more than just shooting. There are different elements of this game that you've got to get up to speed with. I mean, you could have a guy that's pumping a 2.5 KD, but if he doesn't understand the rotations, if he doesn't understand how to break heals, if he doesn't understand the key map positions, it's not going to be beneficial to the team. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's so good to hear that you're echoing the same sentiments. You're giving the same guidance, coming from the champ, shall I say? Coming from the champs, and that's what it takes to win. It really is. That's what it takes to win.
Yeah, if I can add a few things there, just quickly. Sorry. Just like I said, if you're behind and you're pushing, people getting frustrated. You just have to get that mentality right. Your in-game leader has to be strong to come and he has to convince the guys, if we can hold the next hard point for 30, 40 seconds and you're behind 220, 160, that's already 220, 200.
Yeah.
So if you can just get the mentality right, get the guys in the right areas, get your flanks in, rotate faster than the other team, get in position quicker, you can get the last hard point faster than them and you can actually bring a turnaround and win the game. I've seen it this week against my guys who lost. They were 220 up and the other team was 160 Stampede and we lost that game. Can you believe it?
Sure.
Because their rotations were better. They hold their hard points. We couldn't get in. The guys were going 1-1-1 in. They didn't push as a team. They didn't use their smokes like Messo mentioned correctly. If you use your smoke correctly, you keep your flanks and you maybe, if you see you're not penetrating them, don't keep going. If there's 20 seconds left and you can see, all right, they won't win the map with 20 seconds left. Let's all 5 of us push to the next hard point.
For sure.
Don't waste your time on that hard point.
Yeah.
If you're not getting into it, you're not going to get into it in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So already push to set up your defenses, set up your flank guys. Make sure you're watching your flanks, watching behind you, watching in front side. You have to be covered all over because they could come from any time on the map, and that's how you win games. It's rotations, hard points, rotations, domination. Keeping your A and B and keeping your flanks always covered. You can't let your flanks open because they're going to come, they're going to switch spawns.
Yeah.
And it's going to put you on the back foot and they're going to push hard for B. 3 guys push hard for B while switching for flanks. And that's game shiftings.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I believe that 250-70 Messo that you mentioned was on Hackney Yard, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Difficult
Hackney
map.
is one of our personal favorite maps. We dealt some pain out. But one of the most important things, and you touched on it earlier with regards to hacking and stuff. A lot of the guys that let's say do not necessarily play at the highest level and they're trying to pick themselves up, they need to understand that you can do 90% of the things as a competitive team well, but the most important things is call outs and communication. It's the most important thing. It's the be all and end all, because Takimoto, which is probably our best slayer, him and create live monsters, one-on-one against them, I'll probably go 3 to 10. They wreck me. But in a competitive game, a lot of the unexperienced guys, they pop around the corner and they just get melted, right? And they're like, oh, this guy's hacking. How did he know I was there? And it seems that way because you die. The time to kill sucks. It feels like you're dead before you even came around the corner.
Yeah.
But in reality, is the teammate already told him that you were there.
For sure.
And he pre-aimed and knew you were coming. You had no chance. You were dead. And that communication is vital because let's say Hackney Yard is a important thing. You'll have one guy mid trying not to engage, just giving communication, telling his teammates that okay, they're pushing around forklift, they want to take A.
Yeah.
Then you already know they're coming. The guys just for a second take you'll have the guy at B, which is behind the building, will crossfire across to the forklift. Your guy abandoned and mid will just know they're coming. As soon as they pop out, they get smacked and everybody returns back. And then you just stay there and those poor oaks, you just steamrolled it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it feels that way, and it sucks for that team. But the reality of the matter is, it's just purely communication.
100%, 100%. And listen, you think they're hacking or they're using some sort of UAV or something, but like you say, listen, they're just using the assets they have on the map. You know, that's what they're doing. I think Smurf, I have one more question, if that's okay. Is
Yeah.
that cool? Can I ask
Oh,
Messo one more question?
go.
So Messo, you know, in line with I think Jean asked the question. Yeah, Jean asked the question earlier, right? And he was asking about team rosters and if someone needs to swap out or if there's a sub. For the teams who are starting out, because I think one of the hardest things to get going is a proper team chemistry and a team momentum, purely because of the dedication of hours that it requires week on week. I think you understanding winning a season, you understand what it takes. You know what I'm saying? What kind of tips or advice, shall I say, do you have for teams who are struggling to get that team momentum, that team clicking going together? Or what advice could you give them? Some tips to help them reach this end goal of being a winning team.
Yeah, well, first of all, it will be practice. A lot of the guys, they go in and they play TDM, pubs, and that's now their shooting practice.
Mm,
That's not effective. It's not effective in a team sense. So when a guy wants to select a team, you want to get guys that know each other. That's an advantage of guys that are friends, because they will just understand certain situations quicker. So
mm,
I personally, when I play with Stalker, he knows that I'm a very aggressive guy. I like to get in the faces, so he'll just stay a little bit back and just trade off me, which is natural synergy. But don't go and play 3v3 custom lobbies. So
mm.
you can learn these guys, really understand how they think
Yeah.
and how they would react in certain situations, because essentially you want to decipher the 3 words. As soon as you die, you have 3 words to give information: what, when, and where, right?
Yeah.
And you need to know that guy. Okay, so he's an aggressive player. He's probably coming around the corner. He's making the call out. That'll give you, a more accurate percentage-wise of where you can expect that guy. That trade will be easier.
Yeah.
And that's those percentages that climb up. I help some of the teams. I help the team from which is, it's lucky for me to give back, because when I started and I didn't know shit, I was also taught like this, and understanding the game and understanding these types of things.
Yeah.
So the working together and getting 80% of it is relatively easy. It's adding that other 20% that really takes time and dedication.
Mm.
That you need to be spending there. There's no shortcut to it.
Yeah.
Even with in our team that has been playing, for years, or the bulk of the guys have, come from Black Ops days. As soon as one guy changes, the whole team dynamic has to change. Some of the games, then I can be able to slay, then I get involved in the kills, and then as soon as we got Paul and Tucky, 938 Life and Tucky in the same team, I can't do that. I don't have that luxury. I need to be playing a lot more passive. Then you put in Hulkman, which is tactical, mastermind. Then I can play a bit more aggressive, and that just comes with time. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
think you touched a very important thing there, about the guy that's actually picking the team, or who decides who to play. He has to know, all right, this guy is your objective player, this guy's your heal player, this guy is your slayer. If you're gonna put the wrong guy in a slayer position, or the wrong guy on hard point or objective and stuff, or you put your strongest player on flank, you don't do that. But if you don't know your players, you're not gonna know, all right, yes, shit, where should the guys be? And they're all over the map. Everyone's just doing their own thing, really.
Yeah.
So you need to know your team. It's actually what Messo is saying. You need to know your team full out. They must be your best friend. You must know, if you get shot, this guy's gonna have my back. If I'm gonna push forward, I'm gonna push. If I get shot, I know Messo is right behind me. He's gonna take this guy out if I lose my gun battle, and he's gonna push through. So you're gonna need to know who's the guys you can rely on certain areas. You're gonna know who's the guy who's gonna be your best guy on the flank, defending your spawn, defending on the when they're trying to flank you. So it's very important to know your players and what's their strength.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, Smurf, I've got nothing more for Messo. Do you have anything more for him?
Yeah, I've got one thing. Just me, so tell us a little bit about your. I know you're a founder, and you guys have been busy from 2010, playing competitive from 2013, I think.
Sure.
So they've been in this business a very long time, and that's why they're one of the top teams in South Africa on the Modern Warfare front. They didn't play Cold War, so they're one of the top teams in Modern Warfare in the country, and it's because they've been doing this for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. They've been doing this type of competitive playing. They're doing mostly LAN and all those stuff. So if you've got a few things you want to talk about yourself and your clan and stuff, yeah.
No, 100%. I appreciate the opportunity. I'd like to, the Pro Esports League that we are currently playing in. I really want to commend it because it was a pretty long season. I think we started in July, this first season. And throughout a lot of other seasons that we've played in, a lot of problems occurred, and this was one of the most well-run competitions that we had. Especially when the teams are hosting and stuff. There's a lot of let's say the players of the teams are hosting. You get a lot of headaches and stuff, but all of that was pretty well run. So I think that's testament why you have so many teams. And from the clan side, we've been doing this. We officially established in 2013 the OVF. And we started off with just a bunch of friends playing together, and then we started, growing, and we started doing LAN events. And I think our last event was back in 2019 because we decided that we were going to have a quarterly schedule. I have one LAN every 4 weeks, and then COVID hit, and then the whole world changed drastically. And I think like these tournaments, like this specific tournament, there's so much potential in that, and that's what we want to urge people to stay involved. Although we didn't do season 2 because we are a bit gaar for Modern Warfare. We didn't play Cold War. I thought it sucked, personally. I think most of us in the first-person shooter game wants modern shooters. So we're hoping Battlefield is going to be from our side. It's going to be good. I understand.
Oh, Halo.
But if Battlefield get launched ever, if it's
launched, I'm waiting. Hulky and the whole clan, they playing Vanguard as we speak. So I'm not even going to play it until I get their feedback. If they give me the thumbs up, then I'll look at the bank and go and rob it.
They'll give us. They must maybe give us some feedback as well. That would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So from our side, really appreciate the opportunity, and I think I don't know about you guys, but there's a lot of it can be toxic stuff, in the community, but we should always look past that and just try and remember that we're playing games with people that are like-minded and enjoy having fun with friends.
Absolutely.
From captain's side, it's the most important thing is to keep your team motivated and motivating them in friendship. It's so cheesy, but as soon as people take themselves too seriously, teams can fall apart.
Yeah.
And you just have to remember, it's just a video game. No one's really dying.
Those egos. You get a lot of players with heavy egos. So, yeah.
We got a question for Messo here from the chat. It's from Deadshot. Are you going to organize a LAN tournament anytime soon?
I actually am busy with it.
Okay,
We on the East Rand. I did speak to Smurf about it. Possibly getting involved. So we are definitely gonna do it. It is about everybody. Hopefully, a lot of people can. I hate to bring up the V-Power vaccination argument, but the reality of the matter is we want to have a safe event first of all. That's the most important, and then we able to host a 100-person event currently.
Sure.
Right? So
That's huge. That is huge.
yeah, so it's about sorting out the internet and the server and stuff. But we are definitely going to be arranging one, and I know Smurf, you and we will all be involved in, because at the end of the day, I'm a social butterfly, if you will. I like to talk to people and get involved, and although this is very nice, I would have loved to have this chat, having a cigar and a brandy. And then, talking about all the stuff, that would be, that's my oasis.
Then we would be here for hours.
Yeah.
Talk about all this stuff. People's going to get bored with us. We can sit here for hours and talk, we can start talking about every sport there is.
Yeah.
Yes, we can talk all day.
I'm pretty sure we'll go way beyond Call of Duty on that discussion.
Definitely.
Most certainly.
But yeah, like Messo said, we will be in talks with each other, especially through November, December. We will talk about it. We will see our opportunities, what the plan's going to be, how we're going to make it work, how we're going to, like you said, the most important thing is having it safe. Because if you're going to have a tournament and you've got, pick up one COVID case and there's 100 people playing, it's going to be a disaster. Because everyone's going to have to go in a quarantine and, with jobs and everything, and your family, then you have to put your family in risk and everything. So there's a lot of stuff we have to look at, especially with the COVID. We're all living in a new world, like I said. Get you vaccinated and make sure it's only if you don't like it, do it for your family. I've got friends that's against it. That's not that's in hospital at the moment. So even the little kids in hospitals, it's getting now out of hand, especially with the younger people. So we want people to get safe. We want people to send people back to their families, not putting them under risks for putting them through hospitals and weeks in hospitals. And it's just terrible losing people. Been a 3 days. They're not with us anymore, and we don't want that.
Yeah, for sure. But gentlemen, sorry, I have to cut you short. We are an hour and 5 minutes in.
It was awesome. Thank you, Messo and Bash. It was again an amazing stream.
As always.
I don't know if people haven't
you
watched
guys.
this, they're missing out.
Yeah, they really are.
Hopefully we can clip a few videos and we can post it for people to watch to make it a bit easier, maybe a bit shorter. But yeah, we'll definitely try and send it to your friends, send it to your teams. Let them watch us. Hey, let's listen here. Messo is giving some advice to you guys. Let's sit all together and watch it, and let's talk about what Messo's saying. How can we bring it into our games? So yeah, send it to your teams, play it for your teams, send it to your friends, everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Always a pleasure, always a privilege to have you on. And we're going to be back next week's stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, grace and peace and much love. Messo, you want to say cheers to the guys?
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. Smurfy, Bash, you guys. Awesome.
Awesome,
Have a
man.
lucky week.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, everyone.
Keep well.
Cheers.
Bye.